I grew up in a cult you've probably never heard of. Ask me anything. I, 18 female, grew up in the truth, an insidious sect that calls itself the church with no name, but is widely known on the outside as the 2 by 2s or the 2 by 2s. I still regularly attend meetings due to my living situation, although I have been of faltering belief for many years. My mental health was ruined because of this group, and it will be that way for many years to come. I have been deconstructing for the past few months, although it has not been easy. Ask me anything. When did you become aware that you were in a cult? What was your reaction? As you still attend their meetings, is there a fear of them finding out you are no longer a believer? How large is the organization? How did you first become indoctrinated? In the past few years, there have been hundreds of SA/CSR allegations against workers and overseers. When things first began to come to light, I was a bit too young and brainwashed to really look into it. I was told to just ignore it because the people don't define God, they just happen to make dumb decisions. Recently, I did some Googling around, and it felt like sin too. I was very scared and found loads of articles and websites about this group called the 2 by 2s. I had never heard of it before, so I dug a little deeper and found a website with workers lists. The names I found were names of people whom I had known my whole life. These were people I had grown up with, shared meals with, and looked up to, and they were labeled as part of a cult. I had suspected it was a cult for quite some time, but to see it in a CBS article and to know there was an open FBI case was overwhelmingly relieving. I cried happy tears for like a day or two. I wasn't going to hell for questioning my beliefs. I was just brainwashed. Yes, I fear they will find out, but at the same time, I don't care. My mom found out that I think it's a cult by looking at some texts I sent to a friend. We had a very unproductive talk about it that ended up being swept under the rug and never brought up again. She still drags me to meetings. If they as a group find out and shun me, great. I want out anyway, so good riddance. Globally, there are an estimated 75,000 members, but it could be wildly more or less since the group keeps no records. These numbers are way down from a few decades ago, when they had way over 100,000 members globally. I grew up in the group with strict norms and was disallowed from exploring anything that wasn't acceptable to cult standards. I knew what hell was before I could add single-digit numbers. What is the most fucked up believe? Every single person who is not part of the group will go to hell, regardless of whether or not they are a group person. They worship a false religion and false gods and haven't found the true way yet. We, as his children, should pity the world for being lost. As you can imagine, this caused me to put distance between myself and my peers in elementary because I thought I was better than them, and I saw no point in hanging around people who were going to burn for eternity. I still have trouble keeping close relationships to this day. What is the best way to help someone who doesn't realize they're in a cult? Ask questions. Get them to think critically. If you force them to confront their brainwashing and indoctrination, then the walls can come tumbling down pretty quickly. Show them testimonials from ex-members. Ask for their genuine opinions on doctrine. Don't just flat out tell them they are in a cult, though. That will just harm your relationship and cause them to push you away. Be gentle and supportive. Most people in a cult don't know they are in one, and they mean well in their participation. We are victims. Do not let us isolate. Do not let us retreat further into the group. Even if you are met with resistance, it is likely motivated by fear. What are the consequences for you if you leave? Will your family still accept you? I believe that my relationship with my mom will be impaired on some level. She found out via snooping through my texts that I thought the group was a cult. That deeply hurt her, especially since Dad left the group before I was born. They are still married, but we have what is called a divided home. I'm sure Dad will still accept me, but Mom, I'm much less sure about. The thing to remember is that she is a victim of indoctrination too. Maybe my exit will help her see the truth of the truth. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos.